Good afternoon. My name is Jamar Williams, and today we will be going over what PCI DSS is and how it can help your business grow within the future. The payment card industry data security with what is PCI DSS compliance? Well, PCI DSS compliance is with the payment card industry data security standard. It's a set of requirements intended to ensure that all companies that process, store, or transmit credit card information maintain a secure environment. So that basically means they want to keep your data and information that you use, that you have on your bank account information. So every time you make a transaction at their business, they're going to make sure that your information is secure. There's four different levels of payment card security. You have level one, and that's upwards of 6 million transactions for a business that has experienced a breach. You have a level two, between 1 and 6 million transactions. You have level three, between 20,000 and 1 million internet transactions. And you have level four, less than 20,000 internet transactions or less than 1 million physical card transactions. Level one card businesses are required to have an annual internal audit and a quarterly PCI scan conducted by an external approved vendor. After the audit is done, it is up to the business to attend to its vulnerabilities. Businesses that fall under levels 2 and 4 have to do self-assessment on a yearly basis using a design questionnaire. They may also be required to do quarterly PCI scans. Now, what are some benefits from PCI DSS? Starting off, you'll have enhanced security, which will reduce the risk of security breaches. So that contributes to the corporate security strategies that you guys have in place. Even if only a starting point, the PCI compliance will likely lead to improving IT infrastructure. Also, it helps you meet the global standards. Meeting the global standards means you will be joining a global community of retailers and businesses who upheld the highest data security standards for their customers. Moreover, it reduces your potential risk of expenses. Data breaches are expenses. Data breaches can range from large or small. It's not only expensive, but it can cost an estimated between $70,000 to $875,000. It also PCI also benefits by acting as a baseline for other compliance frameworks. When you follow the PCI standards set by PCI DSS, businesses tend to reduce the risk and exposure when such as GDPR, ISO, and other international data security requirements. Also, it will increase your customer confidence. You don't want people to be hesitant to spend money at your place they don't trust. So making sure you have security measures and PCI compliance shows that you're taking your data and private security serious. Application. How will PCI DSS affect your business, and how will you integrate it within your business operations? When looking at the business application, customers will feel more inclined to do business and also will expand your business scope following the compliance of data security standards. The data security standards will make it where you can do business online for e-commerce, and it will also enable you to do business in store physically with credit card payments. Also, with the business application, you will avoid accumulating large fines and penalties when protecting your card information. Moreover, the business application is to build trust with customers that you take their security of their information seriously. You do not want customers to feel like they can't come to your business and use any type of form of payment, or they can use one type of form of payment. So making sure that you apply these data security standards to your business operations will definitely increase your success. Now looking at the technical application, we can see how PCI DSS can help us use different software and different themes to also improve our business and our business capabilities. First technical application we will look at is a 3DS software development. A 3DS SDK is a software embedded into a merchant mobile application for facilitating cardholder authentication. This is more for mobile purchases. It is a component that is incorporated into the 3DS requester application and performs functions related to 3DS on behalf architecture for capturing payment card data and validating approval of its use for a transaction. So this is validating at the point of sale. Next, we have the validated payment software. Validated payment software has been assessed by a secure software assessor to confirm adherence to the PCI secure software standard. The assessment and validation are documented by the secure software assessor in a report on validation, or ROV. Next, we have secure SLC qualified software. The PCI secure software lifecycle, or SLC standard, is part of the PCI software security framework and helps software vendors to ensure that security is designed and integrated to each stage of the software lifecycle. Next, we have the point-to-point encryption. Your point-to-point encryption is just another version of your encryption. You have your software-based PIN entry on COTS and SPLC solutions. So software-based PIN entry solutions enable EMV contact and contactless transactions. So your contactless payment, or maybe a QR code involved with this, or something of that matter. With PIN entry on the merchant's consumer device using a secure PIN entry application in combination with secure card reader for PIN. So this may be your Apple Pay. This could be your something more similar to what Disney has with their wristbands when you go into the park and you're able to load them with money and scan them and things like that. Finally, you have your contactless payments. The PCI contactless payments on COTS solution enable contactless payment acceptance in a merchant's consumer device using an embedded NFC interface. So that's a near field communication. So that's also similar to your Apple Pay and things of that sort. Your Apple Pay, your Google Pay type of things. Become PCI DSS compliant. There are 12 requirements that must be met before you are able to become compliant. These 12 requirements we will go over in the next couple slides. First 6 PCI DSS requirements start with using and maintaining firewalls. Using and maintaining firewalls essentially blocks access of foreign or unknown entities attempting to access private data. These prevention systems are often the first line of defense against hackers. Your second requirement would be proper password protection. Proper password protection would mean you're ensuring in this area keeping a list of all devices and software which require a password. In addition to device and password inventory, basic precautions and configurations should also be enacted. Your third requirement, protect cardholder data. Protecting cardholder data must be encrypted with certain algorithms. These encryptions are put into place with encryption keys, which are also required to be encrypted to be compliant. Your fourth requirement involves encryption transmitted data. Encrypted transmitted data. Cardholder data is sent across multiple ordinary channels. This data must be encrypted whenever it is sent out to these known locations, and PANs or personal account numbers should never be sent to unknown locations. Your fifth requirement is to use and maintain antivirus. Antivirus software is required for all devices that interact with and store personal account numbers. This software should be regularly patched and updated. Your point of sale provider should also employ antivirus measures where it cannot be directly installed. Your sixth and final one for this one is going to be properly updated software. Firewalls and antivirus software will require updates often. It's also a good idea to update every piece of software in a business. Most software products will include security measures such as patches to address recently discovered vulnerabilities in their updates, which add another level of protection. 7. Restrict data access. Restrict data access means cardholder data is required to be strictly need to know. All staff, executives, and third parties who do not need access to this data should not have it. Number 8. Unique IDs for access. Individuals who do have access to cardholder data should have individual credentials and identification for access, so we can know who is accessing the data. Next, restrict physical access. Any cardholder data must be physically kept in a secure location. Both data that is physically written or typed and data that is digitally kept should be locked in a secure room. Number 10. Create and maintain access logs. All activity dealing with cardholder data and primary account numbers record on a log entry. Next, we will scan and test for vulnerabilities for number 11. And that means we would just regularly scan for your vulnerability and have vulnerability testings within our systems. And finally, we will document policies. Inventory of equipment, software, and employees that have access will need to be documented for attestation of compliance. The logs of accessing cardholder data will also require documentation. Implementation. First, you determine your PCI level. So find out the number of transactions you process annually and compare it to the requirements of each credit card company you plan to support. Next, you map the flow of cardholder data, including applications, systems, and people who work with credit card data. Third, you fill out the self-assessment questionnaire. It is a tool used to validate PCI compliance with checks that your business meets each of the 12 requirements listed. Next, you will fill out your attestation of compliance. The AOC ensures that you fulfill every PCI compliance step. You conduct a vulnerability scan. You scan for vulnerabilities in your security and making sure you meet all standards. Next, you'll submit documents including AOC, SAQ, and ASV reports to banks, credit card companies, and etc. Finally, monitoring your business, the infrastructure, and the data you store to make sure it's secure within each transaction. Looking to implement PCI, cost to become PCI compliant will vary depending on the size of your business, card processing methods used, and other factors. Small businesses can pay up to $300 annually for PCI DSS compliance, while large enterprises will need to have a PCI DSS assessment. The total cost of this service is over $70,000. Grow your business. The PCI DSS standards are applicable to all companies that request credit card information. Its primary goal is to ensure the privacy and security of cardholder data. PCI compliance is a wise decision, and it shows that you value the security of customer data. This action will benefit your online store